Alright, hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome to Play It Painted Live. Hope you guys are having a good Thursday evening. And here we go with another one of these. We're painting more Drowned Earth tonight, folks, and I'm kind of stoked on it. I am really enjoying the Drowned Earth from a painting perspective. I know nothing about the game, or nothing practical, I should say, about the game. I'm just trying to get my minis all nice and done so that when we do get around to picking up the rule book and trying to play, that I'm ready to go. So I'm painting the last of my models, and after these two are done tonight, folks, it's we're basically good to go on the Drowned Earth. We're ready to play whenever somebody else gets a crew together. So um, and I don't think I'm going to buy a second crew for this game yet until I'm convinced, like, oh yeah, I definitely want to put this one on the menu. Not sure why. Maybe we're totally out of this one. Okay, that might be a done deal. See if I can find another pallid bone, which I should have. But yeah, that's what we got going on tonight. Let me know what you're painting or what you're working on, and we'll just kind of go from there, guys. Should be pretty chill evening as I see it. Uh, and you know, it's projects are, I've got a good end in sight, so I think we're gonna be able to complete some of these last couple of minis tonight, and I can show you kind of how the rest of the minis went for this. Okay, so right now we're just doing color blocking on this guy here. I forget his name, but he's like a dwarf, like a prospector slash scout for the artifactors here, right? So we're gonna paint in his little bedroll, okay? And then similarly, I'm gonna go in and paint the sand on his base. So they got these weird sort of beach-like bases for these guys, right? The idea being that they're walking on kind of shallow parts of the water. They're just sort of sloshing their way across it. Okay. So yeah, this is what we're going to be working on. Maybe a very quiet stream, and I'm good with that. So you guys tell me what you would like to discuss or talk about while I'm painting my way through these guys. Okay. Give him little purple feathers in his hat. Right. He's got a cool enough hat. Right. Ooh. Got a little jiggle in the base too. I don't like that. Okay. But homie got a big ol' stogie, as you can see. Alright. So once this Graveler Gray goes down, this model is going to be pretty much color blocked. And we can go in and start painting it, like really starting to paint the mini in earnest. Once this part dries, then we can get in there and start doing the real work, as I would say, to get the kind of bring the model to life. Okay, so we got that. And I think what I'm going to do is I want to dilute this Gravelord Gray a little bit, right? Because I'm going to get it in here. Get it there on the facial hair. And then we'll right? I want that to go like that. We're looking pretty good, right? Pretty happy. Pretty happy. Overall, pretty happy. Reasonably color blocked, okay? Let's move on to this very cool model. I'm gonna go like that, I suppose. And we're gonna start to do the actual bit of painting on her. Okay? Starting with filling out the pants with this Aquatic Blue. And what's cool here is we can do, because everybody's on a really limited color palette, we can do the whole crew at the same time. I don't think they're supposed to match per the theme, but I do like working with limited color palettes. Right, and making sure everything. I don't know, I like having a strong theme when it's like a warband or a crew or something like that. Right? I just like having a really tight looking squad that all kind of works together. You can see this does not take much here to do that. Okay. And we might as well do him at the same time. Pretty simple color scheme, and as you can see, it looks pretty good. Once you paint it in like that, it starts to look pretty cool. Okay. Let's move over to the blue. And for that, not aquatic turquoise, I want to use like a lighter blue, like a Ducati blue. Probably what I want there. Find it. Yeah, we're gonna use this Ducati blue. Whoa. Okay, so let's do all the blue bits. So this is highlighting all the blue parts, the kind of frost heart parts. And what I like is it really just helps solidify, going in and giving, you know, a base coat over these contrast and speed paints. Just gives you a nice solid feeling base to go with, right? The model starts to take on its three-dimensional, true three-dimensional girth, we'll call it. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. The other thing we're going to use this Ducati Blue for is we're going to paint in all of the flat parts of the base, right, to make it look like the models are standing in very shallow pools, of which could be ocean water, right? So I'm just gonna, pretty sloppily put that blue in there. Not paying too much attention to where it's actually going yet, because none of that is important yet. Okay? Alright, so we got the green and the blue. I'm gonna block that out. These little, whoop, little boots there. Alright, just filling that out. Make sure we don't have, right, and that's all you're doing with color blocking, just making sure that we don't have any issues with like unpainted gaps on the Mini. Okay, so let's work on some of the claws next. And I could do warm gray. I'd rather do like vampiric gray, something that like speaks bone. Ivory might work, but it's a little too bright. I want something darker. It's not right. I can use buff. It's not my favorite. Oh wait, there's vampiric flesh. Alright, so we're gonna get in little toenails here. Right, I'm just gonna make sure that all that looks pretty good. I'll give you a little highlight here to the bedroll. Okay, it's pretty good. What about you, buddy? Do you use any of this? A little bit. Use a little bit right there. Okay, doesn't take much. Just a little bit. Alright. Let's do like a white gray for the puffs of smoke. I don't know. There's something odd I quite like about this guy. The fact that he is smoking a stogie and really doesn't look like he cares all that much what's happening around him. Right? There's a certain amount of admiration from me you're gonna get from doing that. We also want to kind of line up all his shaving stuff. Make that all one thing. And then I want to give him, oh, hold on. I want to give him a little highlight to his hat. I'm going to give a little highlight right here. This little grappling gun. It's It makes me sad that all of these weird fictional historical periods, not non-fictional, fictional periods have such cool, trusting looking guys like that. Alright. We'll do a little bit of rubber black on the hat. Okay. And then let's do this little turquoise highlight on the band. Okay. Pretty cool. Pretty happy with that so far. Let's just throw a little more shade down. All right. Pretty happy with that. Let me let's get some like magenta to start highlighting the purple. And we're going to highlight a lot of the purple. In fact, we're going to highlight so much of the purple. I want to highlight something else first to get that kind of out of the way. Okay. So we'll come out of the way. Back to Nixie here. Right. And Nixie's gonna let me really go a little wilder with this carrot top hairdo and the little mullet she's got rocking. Right. Yeah, I'll bump back here. Right. Okay. Cool. We should also highlight the little pterodactyl. And I want a really bright light green to do this. That's not terrible. Let's give it an overbrush of this light green before we start subjecting it to some really wild colors. Oop. Okay, there's that. And then let's yeah, time to start highlighting this purple. A lot of the other stuff looks pretty good, right? I don't know what you guys can see here on camera, but a lot of the other stuff does look pretty good. Let's get on with the magenta here. Right, so I'm using laser magenta. It's a pretty cool color. So that laser magenta is going to give us a kind of a nice richer color actually. Really make the dinos stand out. Okay. I'm fairly impressed with the quality of these minis and the sculpts for Drowned Earth. I think they're quite good. You know, it reminds me of the season, we'll call it season 3 Guild Ball. They had really nice metal sculpts. Right, their generations, not talking about their original metal sculpts, those were quite a bit fiddly. And while I liked all the character design and all that, they just weren't the best. They weren't the best minis to work with. But their season 3 stuff was really, really good quality sculpts. And they looked really good. For right now, I am trying to get this lizard here into some prominence. I'm going to base coat it like that. Okay. And then I'm going to want to oh, that's too dark. I need a pretty light color here. Let's see. What do I got? Maybe this deep sky blue might be pretty good. I mean, looks promising. I just want to highlight these little extra feathery type parts. Yeah, I mean it's a great look for a mini. Hey, what's up, Jason? Yeah, sorry I couldn't meet you for a game. We my son's school had a fundraiser at Chick-fil-A, so we had to have Chick-fil-A for dinner. And then afterwards, we went to the new Filipino Market that opened not too far from Comic Quest. So we went in there and picked out a couple snacks. And that was kind of the evening. I am not gonna lie, I am jonesing pretty hard to play some BMG. But at least we got Star Wars on Sunday. Saturday is my kid's birthday party, so I will be pretty well busy doing that. And hopefully, nothing will carry over into Sunday, so I should be clear for gaming. All right, so now I have a pretty bright fluorescent color here. Review of the new Filipino shop. It's okay. It's not as good as Seafood City. Seafood City has the Jollibee inside of it, so obviously that's gonna win every time. But you know, it's gonna be kind of nice to have a little Filipino shop near me. So if I wanted to buy, you know, the weird Filipino snacks that we eat, it's a good shop for that. Okay. So yeah, this guy, we're gonna make him his skin tones pop a little bit, right? By giving him a bright, almost like a bright fluorescent skin. That's a nice color. Pretty happy with that. I don't know if I need to go any brighter or if I need to use like a pink or something to highlight stuff. Looking okay so far though. Maybe just one really tight line of pink probably be just fine for this. And then I also want to have this little turquoise kind of highlight right there. Right. Get some of that turquoise busting out through the top of the spine. Pretty good. Looking pretty good. I should schedule a BMG day. It would have to be an unofficial BMG day though. I mean, I could ask Don, but Kelly's probably a little frustrated because I seem to be having a hard time hosting MCP for them. Which I will. I'll host an MCP. It's just bad timing, right? My kids' birthdays are in October. We're doing their birthday celebration a little earlier this weekend, but that doesn't mean that I don't, right? That I shouldn't do stuff with them on their actual birthdays. And the MCP tournament kind of conflicts with some of that activity. So, family comes first, obviously. But I may be able to break. We're talking about hosting a MCP tournament on October 15th. Just FYI. Hey, Shadowcat. Morning. You been doing any gaming or hobby lately? Okay. I don't want to over highlight with the pink because I don't want it to overpower the magenta color. I think the magenta color is really awesome on that, right? Pretty happy with it. It's looking pretty good. Let's highlight this little pterodactyl. I want like a really bright green, like a moth green. I guess I could go with fluorescent green on the pterodactyl. Why not? Why not? You can see it's a very subtle highlight coming in compared to how bright this little pterodactyl is. Maybe it's not a pterodactyl. Maybe it's a Quetzalcoatlus. Could be. It's a cool little dinosaur. I think that's all you need to know. It's a cool little winged dinosaur. Paint some Daleks for mission 3. Cool. That's cool. Playing some Space Hulk, huh? Alright. So we're looking pretty good there. Can't really zoom in on the face. Here's the unmounted version of Nyx. So there's her not on the little Troodon. Here's her on the Troodon. Here's the little dwarf with the cigar. Let's give him a little bit of white highlight. And I'll show you the rest of what the rest of the crew looks like. But yeah, I did go with a limited color palette. I kind of want them to fit a strong theme, right? And I'll highlight here in the feathers. I like them, they're fun. Okay, so I think with that, we can put the small brush away, continue to work on the other stuff here. So, if you're curious, this is the Artifactor faction for Drowned Earth. Waiting for Blizzard Force. Nice. Yeah, Blizzard Force should be coming out pretty soon because the other battle forces showed up at our LGS, so that's cool. Okay. Let's do. So I'm gonna use some like green and blue plants on these because they're weird looking. I think I want to just. After this, I was hoping my penguin crew would have shown up by now, but it has not still, so waiting on that. Otherwise, if I if I don't have much to paint, I think what I will do is I will paint some of the leftover Bushido I still have. So I still have a couple of blisters left of Bushido to paint. It's just right now, it's not a priority. Bushido's kind of kicking my ass, so. Not in the biggest rush to jump back into that. Alright, so we'll let that dry. And I'll show you guys, well actually, still have more stuff to paint. But I'll show you guys what the rest of this team looks like. Like I said, we're going with a tight color palette, so a restricted color palette, so you can see. This is their medic, Quarian. He has a cool bullpup. This is the Dino Boy, Sletheth. He has a cool, looks like a 44 Magnum. It's got a little, or a Colt Python. Pretty sick. We got that dude. Anna, the sniper. I still don't know why she's pointing down, but also she looked extremely Asian to me, so that's why I painted her Asian. It just looked correct to be that. And then we got, finally we got Sage. The big gorilla here with his pet chameleon, it looks like. So that's pretty cool. All right. So yeah, that's the drowned earth stuff. We're gonna switch gears here for a minute, and I'm gonna try to smooth out this McFarlane Batman because I need to, because it's cool, but you can see it's just not the smoothest paint job. The one with the Magnum, you need to calm through to here. His name is Slithus. Slithus. Alright. So what I'm gonna need here is probably just blue wash. You know, nothing too out there. Blue wash will do just fine. If I can find a reasonable blue wash to use, that's a light blue. That's not as good. We can do, let's do this night blue MIG shader. It's probably do us just fine for Mr. Batman. He said Harry. Alright. And we're gonna sounds like a fight out back. Are you picking up something? Hopefully you don't have a fight going on near your house. People screaming at each other. My wife found out how many minis I bought recently or something. Okay. Yeah, these shaders are so nice, as you can see. Gonna soften up a lot of the paint job there. Kind of help everything blend together. Someone called the cops. Uh-oh. Someone called the cops. Well, as long as you're safe and you stay out of it, that's fine. Someone called the cops. Okay, we're gonna let that. We're gonna finish getting this and then let it dry. But yeah, that MIG shader did a decent job of reblending everything, making everything look correct. I have some really sharp line highlights in here because it's McFarlane. All right. McFarlane Batman, by the way, extremely good Batman to play. Right? I know other Batmans are fancier, but this one's pretty good. McFarlane Batman is pretty good. Not gonna lie. All right. And I still have like a bunch of odds and ends and stuff to paint, but that's kind of what we're looking at. I'll let that dry. And yeah, honestly, I'm at a spot now where most of this stuff could just be allowed to dry. I have to figure out my water effects on the drowned earth bases. So I guess we can kind of fumble around and see, you know, what I have available for that. I have water gel, which is not the worst idea. It's actually probably kind of nice here because we're not, because it's not, I don't have like this deep, none of these bases are like deep well bases for me to fill in water. The only problem with this Pacific Blue is it's too dark. It's just gonna obscure everything. So I'm not really feeling this one. I might have to go. I might have to go to the LGS to get the other one. That's a lot lighter. Unless I have it. I might have some. Let's see. These are all snow effects. I thought I had the lighter water as well, but maybe not. Maybe not. Yeah, that Pacific one is it's just too dark. It'll cover the sand, and I'd rather have like a more of a clear water effect. It's like it's about someone's daughter. Uh-oh. Is it baby mama drama? This is a clear water gel effect. Let's have a look. Maybe this will work. These things can be difficult to open once you've opened them once because they seal up real tight. Alright, so I can put this down. It should dry pretty clear. And let's try it out here on this guy. It should dry fairly clear. And if not, I ruined its base. Okay. I just got a bunch of it on the underside of his tail. Well, I just did it again. Oh well. I'll put that on there. I'll put a little in the tuft here. Let's let this dry, see what it See what it nets me. Like I said, I could just be out a base, but best case scenario, I may have found the actual watery base that I want. Anyway, let's go ahead and let that dry. They went for a drive in the back of 2 cop cars. Alright, well, they're in for a fun evening. Alright, we'll let this dry. Let's see what that... Hopefully that dries clear. If not, that will suck. Let's just let's let that dry. If it's cool, then I'll just do it on the rest of them. If not, I really don't want to start over. So you get to be the test pilot, Slath. So the minis for Drowned Earth are very good. They're very good. They're fun to paint. They're metal kit, so if you don't like building metal, which most people don't, that's going to be the part that you don't like, is building the metal. But as you can see, in my opinion, metal paints up really nice. Right? You can really make some cool looking stuff with metal. They won't be in for work. True. All right. So, mini's good. The cards, I got some feelings about these cards. Mine came sleeved in penny sleeves, and I'm gonna change that. Should probably just do that right now. See, I don't know, penny sleeves just feel super cheap to me. And these cards are not the best quality cards that I've dealt with. I don't know, we may be spoiled. A lot of mini games have fantastic quality cards. This just isn't one of them games. Want to see a fantastic quality card that just happens to be on this table behind me? Super fantastic quality card. Limited edition Parvati from Aristea. How cool is that? Right? Super nice card. Like, I don't even know, you don't even really sleeve that. I mean, you do, but alright, fine. Let's sleeve it. Right? In something better than a penny sleeve. There you go. It's nice. That's such a nice card. I don't want to sleeve it because I like the tactile feel. These are not the best cards. Okay. The print's good. Easy to read. The symbology sucks. Okay. What do you do? Which one is it? I think it's the white irregular shape. Means strength. Which one? The white, it's like a white blobby symbol. You get my point, right? They're not this symbology is kind of terrible. The print on the back is okay. Sometimes it's so small that it's very hard to read. Let's see if we could find you some. I have my doubts about this water gel. Looks like I just put a bunch of mayo on that base. I'll tell you what, I'm pretty sure I could tell you what the symbols mean. Hold on. Let's go. Let's go with Corian. Let's get Corian out of the gross penny sleeve. I think I'm just gonna throw these in the trash Or give him to my son. He can throw his magic, his Pokemon cards in them, I guess. Alright, so Mr. Corian here. Okay, so, let's see what these mean. That's your faction symbol, that's your name. This is probably AP. So he generates 2 AP, I believe, and you can stack him up to max 5. Um, this is his move. It's 4. He has a 4 swim and 7 when he's on land. This, yeah, it looks like a fist, so that's probably your strength. This is probably climbing, right? If you're gonna climb up, because this game is a lot. There's a lot of like climbing and jumping and like interacting with your terrain because the terrain's all water. This must be shooting the target. This must be some sort of mental ability, right? Smart bubble. And then this is defense, I would think. It looks kind of like a shield. But yeah, we could try to figure it out, but come on. Those are those are terrible symbols. If that's probably supposed to be a fist, but come on. Really? Anyway, like I said, the rest of the print's pretty good. I'm assuming that's your health. This is the size of the model, right? There's the points. 2018, The Drowned Earth. Okay. Hang time. Yeah, so movement. Yeah. So Anna, let's get Anna out of the crappy penny sleeve. Yeah, she looks kind of Asian. I'm not going to do the face paint. She's pointing down. Why is she pointing down? So you got a bunch of keywords there on her gun. It's called Lucille. Interesting. And a lot of them have these picks. They have these pickaxes that they use for health. Confound. Immediately after make a dodge test, this model may re-roll the feat die. That's kind of nice. She has good dodge. The art is okay. The art is okay. The print is decent. Like, you can read it. I just hate the symbology is terrible. She has like a band-aid across her nose or something like that. She's a 4/6 move. That's her influence. So it has like that guild ball thing where you have AP of an AP pool, I believe, and you allocate AP at the start of your turn. So like if you need her to have a big old turn, you give her 5 AP. She generates 3 towards your pool. Right? Looks like these are pretty good stats. They look like it. You got the primitive special rule there. Pierce on her, handpick, armor 1. This is the mounted. This is not the mounted. So it doesn't have the little dino down there. 1 health track. Running gun. Cool. Okay. I don't know why I got 2 Anna cards. I think that's a mistake. I don't need 2 Anna cards. Let's take it out, I guess. This is her mounted. You can see the little dino back there. Funny thing is, she only gained an inch of swim speed and walk speed. See how, the way they package this, you see the cards? That's kind of crud. Because they use that weird... The packaging for this game is not very good. Anyway, I know I'm complaining a lot. There's 2 defense stats. That green stat there must be for the dino. And there's even 2 health tracks there. Green stat for the dino. Cool. Looking forward to playing this, trying this out. Yeah, the minis look good. And the way you do the skill checks is interesting. You need to roll double low on your D10s. And you need a couple of different color of D10. Mr. Sage. Sage is fast. Look at that. He's 6'7". And his gun has a spray template, so I'll need to get a spray. I'm going to need to get tokens for this game if I'm serious about it. And then it looks like we get like a warrior card or a leader ability. It's actually, there's a rule printed on each side of this card. So while this leader is conscious, all friendly artifactor models gain +1 speed to their dodge movement. I'm not sure what that means, but I'm sure that's super good. And you have the fire arrows leader ability, Nyx only. This counts as equipment. There doesn't seem to be a cost associated with it. Nyx's recurve bow gains fire 1. If when shooting Nyx rolls a blunder, discard this card in addition to other effects. So she'll lose her fire arrows if she blunders. A blunder is like rolling 2 10s. So you'll be seeing me doing that a lot. And I'll be like, what happened? I thought this was Wrath of Kings. Anyway. Oh, got one more character card here to sleeve. That's the dwarf guy that we just painted. Ando. Oh, it looks like I did put it in a decent sleeve, but look at that. Like, these cards get beat up. These cards got beat up bad. Look at this. Came like that. Right? It's got a grappling gun, which is cool. He's smoking his cigar. He's a scout. So I guess there's different types of characters. I'm sure you have leaders. So if he's the scout, let's look at the rest of these again. Sage is a tough. That's the type of character he is. Nyx is a leader. Both forms leader. Anna is a mech. So I guess she's a mechanic. She does not look like a mech to me. Corian is a medic. That's right. And then he is a scout also. So I have 2 scouts. So I have dwarf scout and lizard scout. Actually through their, so the starter set, which is the five of these models came in a starter box, and that package is fine. It's just a cardboard box with some packing in it. It was really this model, which came in its own separate blister, and then Ando, the other scout guy, this guy, they come in these like plastic baggies that the model is okay in there, but the cards get all to fit the card in there. They almost have to like bend and half crumple the card. So anyway, I stopped painting, and I don't want to do anything more until this dries so I can see how it do. So I think I'm just gonna call our stream here, and catch up with you guys later. But yeah, got a little Batman done. That's cool. And we got some drowned earth done. I'll post some pics on Instagram. And yeah, we're just going to call it, I'm going to call an early evening so I can get up and go to work tomorrow. So with that, we're going to call the stream to a close. I want to thank everyone for watching. Have a good night, guys, and we'll catch you on the next one.